You're listening to two guys talk about big sweaty men in tights. Darren and Al on In the Square Circle on the Duck.
Then we get into the 7 deadly steps of wrestling that everybody uses nowadays and why it doesn't work and is killing the business. And, so it takes... If I put guys in the ring, unfortunately, in my experience, and again, not degrading anybody, not burying anybody,
okay.
If I put guys in the ring right off the bat, they're operating on a completely different thought process than what they should. And unfortunately, they'll go out there and do the 7 deadly step match. I'll have 20 guys, I'll have 10 matches. Every match will be exactly the same. It won't be no different than the next one.
Exactly.
To the point that, in my experience, I could sit there with you with a stopwatch, not even watch the match, just kind of half pay attention, look at you, and then tell you, based on what time they have in the ring, what they're about to do.
Yeah,
and I'm right, every time.
Yeah, it's definitely the creativity in both major TV promotions, TNA and WWE. Creativity, they're on a definite downswing. We do a remote at every WWE pay-per-view locally here that they show at a restaurant. Oh, they've all been garbage this year. Exactly as you said, every match is the same match. Cutter. But as you said, the heyday right now, they're in between those kind of heydays with the ring psychology, where it's about adapting to the audience more on what you're doing actually in the ring. My favorite example of that is somebody like The Rock. The Rock was athletic. He had a good look, but as far as in-ring wrestling moves and ability, he was really middle of the road. He wasn't over-the-top spectacular, but he was able to get that crowd to just eat out of his hand. That put a lot of butts in seats and sold a lot of T-shirts.
I swear to you.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Wrestling, as far as the professional wrestling business, wrestling is secondary.
It's all about the psychology, is what you're saying.
It's all about the work, the psychology, the understanding, the feeling, the emotion. It's all about that. Think of it this way.
Okay.
Wrestling moves are like letters in an alphabet. By putting the letters together properly, you can spell words.
Okay, exactly.
Putting those words together, you can make sentences that create a picture. And by putting enough of those sentences together, you can get a paragraph that not only creates a picture, but transmits a thought or an idea. And if you put enough paragraphs together, you can make a chapter, which then makes a book, and then you tell a story. Wrestling moves are nothing more than tools. They're the ABCs of professional wrestling. They're what's used to tell the one story that you always have to tell. And nobody tells it anymore because they're so stupid. They've gotten so far away from the one story that they have to tell that they don't tell it in any match that they do, because they've gotten so focused on the wrong things. Everybody in wrestling now focuses on having the best match on the show. Am I not right?
Exactly. Everyone wants to be HBK.
Yeah, well, you know what? The difference is HBK, he focuses on having the match that sells the most tickets.
Exactly. And brags about it.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather, because I ask people this question all the time. I'm sure you guys saw WrestleMania 3.
Yes. Okay. Who was the best match on the show?
The people the best match on the show was the match that 93,000 people paid to see.
Hogan and Andre.
Did 93,000 people...
You're exactly right. They paid to see Hogan overcome Andre.
Right. So now, which was the best match of the show?
Hogan and Andre.
And why?
Because that's what people wanted.
That's right.
Oh.
Now, if they'd have wanted to see Savage and Steamboat, well, that'd have been because now the greatest match in the history of wrestling is not Savage and Steamboat. The greatest match in the history of wrestling was Hogan and Andre, because nobody else has drawn 93,000 people to see him.
That is amazing. You see, this is why I was looking so forward to talking to you, because you're bringing up stuff that no one else that we had to talk to in the past will bring up. Like, even as good as DDP and J.J. Dillon were, They don't give us this kind of. Al, now that same night, September 6th, you're also going to be wrestling for NWO, correct? In Martinsburg.
Mm-hmm.
Were you just hopping, skipping the jump from Hagerstown, right where that little junction where Pennsylvania and Maryland and West Virginia meet?
From what I understand, it's a mecca of entertainment, arts, and sports.
Secondary only to Madison Square Garden, correct?
Absolutely. The Martinsburg Round Garden.
All right, if you're going to be in the Hagerstown and Maryland area and you are interested in taking part in the Wrestling Psychology Seminar with Al Snow, the phone number is 301-797-0627, or visit the website, which is nwlwrestling.com. N as in Nancy, WLWrestling.com, all is one word. Al Snow, we want to thank you for joining us. This has been an honor. This has been awesome.
For those guys who are going to come, don't be afraid to come, because to the seminar, I encourage guys to ask questions. It's not real dry. I try to make it funny and entertaining while people are there, and I really, really, really am trying to get guys to learn, to really get smart to the business and what the business is really all about. So, please show up.
All right, Al.
Watch me that night too, because then you get to see me not do anything I just told you that afternoon.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Just your name. The show's called In the Squared Circle. The station's called Duck Radio, and any ad lib you want to throw it whenever you're ready.
All right, you're listening to In the Squared Circle, and I'm Al Snow. I'm going to start real quick before we go off. I'm going to let you listeners know that I'm going to start training midgets to fight to the death in cages.
Just a few midgets or a swarm?
A whole group. We're going to have a whole league. It's going to be like a new pay-per-view thing. Just leave you guys with this mental image of Bert Troyer on his rascal in a cage, scurrying around trying to escape from another midget who has like a souvenir baseball bat in his hands, which would look like a major club. Barnes carrying like a penknife, which would look like a lance. And they're literally fighting to the death. I mean, two midgets enter, one midget leaves. So.
Is it going to be a full-size cage, or is it just going to be like a little dog run?
It doesn't need to be a
full-size cage. What? Why was it that dick?
It's a dog run.
They can climb out.
We're already fired after this. What do I got to lose?
I'm going to have to fire myself.
Why not?
Exactly. Al, thanks again.
You imagine, though, just... and they're two little midgets just going at it.
I had visions of the Benny Hill theme while someone was chasing Vern Troyer around on an apple. Just...
We'll get the ring girls in there, too.
Full-size ring girls?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Or like Bridget the Midget?
Midget ring girls are kind of scary.
Oh, we should put them in there with Beth Phoenix.
Just, if you get tired, you can just carry them around. So.
And you don't have to check them at the airport.
No, you can just put them in your bag. Worry about the X-ray, they claim they afraid they'll cause cancer, but hey,
just as long as they don't have any kind of cell phone or a bottle of lotion in their pocket, I think you're safe.
Yeah, but they're sick little monsters. They probably do have a bottle of lotion in their pocket.
All right, also appearing 2 weeks from tomorrow at Hagerstown, Maryland. That is at the Superior Pro Wrestling Training Center, House of Pain, located at 237 East Franklin, South Hagerstown. Again, the phone number 301-797-0627. The website is nwlwrestling.com. Al Snow, I hope...
I'm also opening up a school to train senile midgets. It's really hard to break them to the harness, but, they're fantastic.
It's a matter of the right kind of treat, I'm guessing.
Yeah. That and then the electric shock collar.
Cube up some pork chops.
Yeah.
Oh, Al.
They smell of cabbage when they're around. You know what I mean? I know.
It's like walking sauerkraut.
Yeah. It's like a paper factory.
Al Snow, everybody. We're going to take a quick station ID. Al, thanks again, and I hope we get to talk to you soon.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You're good.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.